Good day, fam. I'm Bernard.O, a Web3 developer, a Polygon advocate, and I build Web3 decentralized applications on blockchain. So, today we'll be getting started on being a Web3 developer, and that's getting into connecting to the blockchain. Because without the blockchain, I don't think Web3 exists. So today we'll be connecting to the blockchain and be reading data from the blockchain. So let's get started with a brief introduction. So there are three parts in blockchain development. As you have the smart contract, the user interface and user design. That's the front end of your application. Then you have the integration, the smart contract and wallet integration. So you integrate the integration, they bringing them both of them together. So in your Web2, in your normal Web2, you have your backend already, which would be that smart contract for Web3. Then you have your user interface already, your Web2. Then now in Web3 is we need to connect the smart contract and the user interface together. That's the UI UX, and that's the user UI UX. We are going to connect them through the smart contract and wallet integration. So that's just what all this is all about. You can come back and read about all this. So that's basically what we'll be discussing. So here we'll be connecting to the blockchain using these software development kits. That's EtherJS, Wagmi, Viem, and ThirdWeb. These development kits will help us get into the blockchain and connect to the blockchain, make transactions through the blockchain. But for this video, it was just simple stuff that's connecting to the blockchain and reading data from the blockchain using these software development kits. So using EtherJS, let me just show you the examples. So we'll be opening with live server. So this where we connect through EtherJS to the blockchain, or you can use this better web. When we click it pops our wallet out and we connect to our wallet. So that's one of it. So this other is using Viem. Don't worry, this tutorial is very interesting and it is very simplified. You will understand everything. So this is using Viem to connect. Then that's it. So when you connect, you get your wallet address, block number, the current block number, the balance, and numbers of transactions that you've performed with that wallet at that moment. So you can also use Wagmi to connect to the blockchain. So through MetaMask, it gives you a lot of other connectors like Coinbase, Wallet Connect, and injected is the default wallet of your browser. So you could also connect with ThirdWeb, which is this, and this also has other connectors, other wallet connectors in it. So you can also go with this. So regardless, so let's dive deep into the coding aspect. So let's get started. So this is the installation process for any of them. Like if you want to install them on your system, so this is the installation process for these software development kits on your projects. So for instance, EtherJS, Viem, Wagmi. So if you want to install EtherJS, for instance, you install it this way with npm install. If you have you have to have node on your running on your system already. So using node, you can run it on your system, for instance. So I want to install this is my project. This is the project. For instance, if this is the project I'm working on, I want to install it as in it. So I could just come to here. So cmd as command prompt. It opens command prompt for me. So I npm install ethers. So enter it, installs it in my project. So I can import it. Then after installing it, I can import it this way. then use it to connect to the blockchain as it is here. For instance, if I'm using basic HTML, I would is I could import it this way in basic HTML, but you can also see for Vim. If I want to install Vim, same process, then import it in my project. Then for Wagmi, same project, same process, and import it in my project this way. So, but getting into it, you will understand better. So for also ThirdWeb, same process. You install it and basically import it into your project. So there are some common terminologies in blockchain technology for both the SDKs. For instance, each provider, their providers sign as contract for EtherJS in particular. So EtherJS and Vim are like the backbone of other SDKs. They are the major backbone. They are the other SDKs use them to stand. For instance, EtherJS is used by ThirdWeb and Vim is used by Wagmi. So let's proceed. So the provider is what you use to connect to the blockchain. So it provides abstraction for connection to the Ethereum network. It provides read only access to the blockchain. So this helps you to connect to the blockchain. Why the signer? You have the signer. The signer helps you to sign transactions on the blockchain. Because when you are a provider now, can't make changes in the blockchain. For instance, how will I put it? Yeah, your bank app, for instance, looking at your bank app, when you log into your bank app, you can see your bank, your alerts, your balance, but you can't change. If you are not performing any transaction, you can't change anything. And when you are performing your transaction, you need to input your code, right? That's any any of your code. That's a key code in your bank accounts. I don't know the bank you're using, but regardless, everyone has to do that. So that's like the signer. That's what the signer. The signer now is your private key. You sign the transactions with your private key. So that a signer is a class of which directly when I have access to your private key, which can sign transactions on the network. So it helps you sign transactions. It helps you change the state of the blockchain. So smart contracts are abstraction, evidence connection of contracts on Ethereum network. So the smart contracts are program code that is contract that executes what has been written in it, and it can't go against what has been written in it, so it executes that. So that is a smart contract. That's a contract. So for Vim now, Vim, you have the public client, wallet test client, and you have the wallet client. Wallet client is just like the signer for for EtherJS. Wallet client helps us to change the state in block. When we get deeper, we'll see it. Why public client help us to read data from the blockchain, just like getting the block number, sign message. While test clients provide access to test actions such as mining on blockchain. So transport, a client is initiated with a transport. So transport, for instance, as the name implies, is the road, the path which it takes to connect it to it. So for we have HTTP, JSON, RP. So we'll be actually be using this one in our example, in our samples. So we have these other transports. So let's go further into other part of the video, other part of the course. Getting started, we will be connecting to the blockchain with EtherJS. That's what we'll be doing right now. You'll need to go to your Visual Studio Code or any code editor you have, for instance. So now in your Visual Studio Code, you can create a new folder. Let's create a new folder on our project. a new folder. So from there, you can open your Visual Studio, create a file in it, or open your Visual Studio Code like this. That's CMD, then you code, then code. It opens your Visual Studio Code for you. So what we'll be dealing with HTML for now, HTML and JavaScript to connect to the blockchain through that. So now create a new file. That's name it anything you'd like. Yes, connect dot html. So you come back to here. You can see basic HTML, which I hope, since you are going from Web 2 to Web 3, I hope you should have known basic HTML. So let's go. So you start the opening tag, that's the header, then the meta, the description, then the viewport, the size of the screen, then the title of the project, that's connection, MetaMask connection, and balance example. So you now import MetaMask in our browser using Windows.Ethereum. So that's what we are going to be Windows.Ethereum. So if you are checking now using JavaScript, that if Windows.Ethereum is undefined, it should get an alert of MetaMask not detected. So that's just what we did here. Then here we imported EtherJS into the project. Then in the body we add our button and then the ID connect button and connect to MetaMask. Being familiar to HTML and JavaScript, you should get this easily. But if you are not familiar with it, I can recommend other HTML courses and JavaScript courses that you can use to start. So for instance, now here is where we use what we've imported, JS and SDK we've imported. So now we are still checking now if, yeah, we are checking if Windows.Ethereum undefined. If we can't find Windows.Ethereum, make sure alert that MetaMask not detected. Please install MetaMask. So if you are just moving from Web 2 to Web 3, obviously you have to install your MetaMask, because that's one of the most important thing you should have, because that's where all these transactions you're going to be doing is going to take place. So now you are awaiting request now to get with your provider. So to get the details, now you are requesting for details. So now using your get signer, now when you say provider.get signer, it gets your signer for you. That it gets your private key from your wallet. It gets your private key to in order to sign transactions. So but you are not going to be using our signer here today. Rather, will be fetching details from the blockchain. So you'll be getting your coins block number. Yeah, that's your coin type. So get your coin block number using this function get block number. It's fetching provider dot await. You are waiting for it to connect. Then when it's connected, then provider dot get, you're using your provider obviously, because provider is what gives you access to the blockchain. Then get block number. Get block number is a function in EtherJS. So you can, for address, get signer dot get address. You are using your signer here to get address. Then you are using your provider to get balance of your address. Then normally we have in Ether, normally we have our balance being in form of way in form of way, which will be converting to ethers. So way is the smallest unit of ethers, but we'll be converting into ethers. Way is 10 divided by 10 is power 18. That's way. So we'll be converting into it to major ethers. That's times 10 is power 18. So that's what is happening there. So let's go and let's copy, paste, and run. So I've pasted it. So let's run it. So you are going to run through your live server. So if you don't have live server, you can come here now to your to applications in your and search for live server. So you see it here, then you install it. But let's proceed. Copy it. Okay. So we'll open a live server. I think we've opened this before. It's something similar to this, so you can just go. So it's taking us there already. So let's connect and get our details back from the blockchain. Let's use MetaMask. So you can see the block number, the amount of ETH I have in my wallet. You can see my wallet address, the current block number, then my balance. You can see that from there. So that's it for